let me record on this computer, and let's go live on Facebook. Let's do both of these. Next. And we're preparing. Can you guys see me going live on Facebook?
Yep.
Sweet. So as this goes, this is how you go live on Facebook. We're going to go here to models, models, models. We want it to go to friends. Go live. All right. Now that's going. Put this over here. So we want to have our search area. So what we're doing is we're diving into absorption rate and month supply of inventory, how to calculate it. So Sarah, if you were in a neighborhood, you would just do the neighborhood. If you wanted to do a city, you could just do the city. If you want to do a building, you could just do a building. Yet these numbers here represent this area, which is our service area for our office. You can comfortably sell all of these areas from where our office is located. So in this area, in the last week, there are 291 listings, actual listings for sale. In the last 30 days, 202 closed. So for us to see what's absorbed, we want to take what's sold and divide it by what's active. And it shows what is absorbed. And that is a 69% absorption rate. And for those of you that have watched Wayne's World, 69! Actually, not Wayne's World. That was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Wayne's World. Wow.
Yeah, right? Excellent.
Love that movie. Love that movie.
So what is sold divided by what's active gives you an absorption rate. When you take what's active and divide it by what is sold, it tells you how many months it takes to turn over the inventory, which is month's supply of inventory. So as you guys can, yes.
Just so that I can make sure that I'm following how you're getting to the area. So I went into MLS, clicked on map, created the shape around the area that I'm looking for, right? Came back over to the first page of MLS, the landing page, and clicked on active. Go down to the bottom, get the number that it says for what's active in the area.
And write it down.
Then go back over to status and pick what closed sales.
Closed sales. But
right? And then
write
go
down
down to
what's
the
active,
bottom
Sarah.
and pick up that number.
Right.
I just want to make sure that I'm asking that question.
Yeah.
So that I
And
can
also 180 days, Sarah.
Well, yes, Eddie, but I don't want to confuse anyone.
Okay.
You're absolutely right, Eddie. You're absolutely right. But Sarah, stay with me. Just closed the last 30 days. Okay. What Eddie just shared is to go advanced and look at the last 180 days, which would be 6 months, then divide it by 6 to get the average closed over the last 6 months.
Okay, so basically just go into the little window where the closed sales are, remove the 180 and just put in 30. So it's 0-30.
Correct.
And that'll give me for the last 30 days.
Correct. What Eddie brought up is you get the average, and then what you do is the last 30 days to see if the trend is going up or the trend is going down.
Can you repeat month supply, like the division part?
It is what is active divided by what is closed.
Thanks.
So 291 divided by 202 gives you 1.4, which is how many months supply of inventory we have. Now, A balanced market, which means that prices aren't necessarily going up and they're not necessarily going down. They may go up a little, they may go down a little, but we're balanced. Is 20% absorption and 5.5 months of inventory. That is a balanced market. So anything over 20% or anything under 5.5 months is a seller's market. Anything over 20% absorption and anything under 5.5 months is a seller's market. And the opposite is a buyer's market. The farther away from 20% and 5.5 months is the intensity of the market.
Just one more time, that last thing that you just said, please.
Which part?
After you said anything below 20% is the buyer's market, and then
Anything under 20% is a buyer's market. Anything over 5.5 months is a buyer's market. And in a seller's market, prices go up. In a buyer's market, prices go down. This is a fact. It's not an opinion. In a buyer's market, inventory grows. In a seller's market, inventory shrinks. Hence, month's supply of inventory under 5.5 months. An interesting statistic here is look, 249 properties went under contract, which is almost 100% absorption of going under contract. But as many of you know and or will find out, not everything that goes under contract closes.
Closes.
Go ahead, Kina.
no question.
All right, I felt the steam moving.
Oh,
Yeah. All right.
Lee, can you say the last statement that you said, the further away from something? You were talking after you said the reverse to the buyers, then you said the further away
from 20% and 5.5 months.
Thank you.
No, I got that. That's for the buyers market. Then after that, you had said the further away, and I didn't get the rest.
Well, the opposite would be a seller's market.
No, you already said that. We wrote that down.
How about this, Nicole? It's recorded. I don't know. Just this is recorded. It's on Facebook. It's all there. Just go back and listen. Guys, this isn't complicated. A buyer's market, just write this down. A buyer's market is anything over 5.5 months of inventory and anything under 20% absorption. That is a buyer's market. Then the opposite is a seller's market.
I think Nicola was referencing to what the statement you made when it's a seller's market, the listing shrinks. When it's a buyer's market, there's abundance of listing.
Perfect. Yeah. And the good news is thanks to Adolfo, this is recorded. It's on Facebook. It's going to be saved. Just follow me as a friend, and it's there, and you can watch it 1 billion times.
I'm on it already, Lee.
You rock. You rock. All right. Now, that is how we do month supply of inventory, and absorption rate. Now, go ahead.
I think I did something, well, I don't, well, so basically I just drew a circle around,
It's okay, whatever the area was, it doesn't matter.
yeah. And so I got in the last 30 days, because I changed the active calendar was 0 to 30 days. So active 199, closed 272, and then pending 182. And I made sure it was all the same time period.
Okay, hold on. Actives are active, Sarah. There's no time period for actives. Actives are
Oh.
actives. Properties are either active right now on the market or they're not. So there's no time period for actives. Right now, currently, there are how many actives?
Okay, so let me go back and fix that then, because that's where my error was.
Yeah, guys, active is what's on the market. You're listing a property. That's your competition. What is active on the market? So what is active? Do your search
So,
area. How much is
On the
active?
market is 729 then, when I
Okay,
remove the dates.
Perfect. Perfect. There you go. So right now in your search area, there are 729 active properties, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Perfect. In the last 30 days, so now remove all the check marks. In the last 30 days, how many sold? Not pending, sold.
okay. Closed sales 272.
272. So now 272 divided by 729 will give you a 37% absorption,
Which is still a seller's market.
which is a hot seller's market by almost double the standard. 20%
20%.
times 2 would be 40%.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a hot seller's market. Hot. Hot.
Okay.
And the months of inventory, Lee?
We go 729 divided by 272 is 2.6 months of inventory.
Under 3 months, they're selling under 3 months.
Right.
Very nice. Yeah, very cool.
Right. So if a seller was to say, hey, I want to give you 90 days, if we're going to price it right, I'd take a 90-day listing
Yep.
because the statistics show that the inventory will turn over every 90 days and that it's a seller's market, which means prices are going up. Well done. Good questions, good example.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, so now let's dive into what we talked about in our team meeting today, which are the models. And so what Kina had asked was the different segments of our life that we should be setting goals for. Our spiritual life doesn't mean religion, it means spiritual. Physical, our health. Our personal, where do we want to go? What do we want to get? What do we want to achieve? Our relationships, whether it's our friends, our family, our lover, whatever that is. Our pet, right? Relationships. Our job. Now, job is different than business. As a new agent, they're kind of the same, yet your job is what you do each day. Your business is the macro part of your real estate practice. But I'll give you an example. I have profit share business. I have insurance. I have horses. I have my real estate practice. I have this office. I have multiple businesses. And when you start to look at this not as a job, but as a business, everything changes. Your business could be your models. Your job is your daily activities. Hopefully that brings a little bit of clarity. Then our finances. How much money are we saving? What are we investing in? How much money is in the stock market? What are our finance goals? How much passive income do we want to receive? What do we do with that money? And the way to look at these 7 areas is just like a garden. If you don't water them, if you don't pay attention to them, they will die. And so you set your annual goal with the idea around your 411 with laser focus in what you're going to do this month to move you closer to your annual goal. Then what will I do this week to move me that much closer to my monthly goal, which will move me that much closer to my annual goal. Another way to look at the 411 is like a sports game. It's a game. And it's like a season, I mean. It's like a sports season. And each month is a game. And I know to win the Super Bowl in the NFL, you can lose several games. In this example, a month. You can lose a couple quarters in a game and still win the game, weeks. And yet, every game, no matter what it is, except for baseball, has a halftime. Baseball has in between innings, which you could regroup actually. And you look at this every week and you analyze, okay, well, what did I do this week that was great? What did I do that was awesome? And what can I improve on? And you move it into the next week to have 4 weeks in a row to equal a great month. Does anyone have any questions on this? This is something that if you can get this down, will change your entire life. It will change everything in your world because there's no hiding. It's all there. It's black and white.
Is there from your 7 whys or to get into doing the 135 to the 441? I guess it's, where do you start? Do you first start with figuring out how much you want to make, and then okay?
Well, no, you start with your personal side.
The person.
What do you want to accomplish?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would make this a great year? And so, for example, Kina, let's say that you have no money in the bank and you want to go to Europe for 2 weeks in December of 2021. Well, now we have to look at what your monthly budget is, what your life expenses are, and then we come up with a number of, let's say, $150,000. Well, now we know for you to achieve your goal, you have to earn $150,000. Okay, well, now we leverage a business plan to figure out what your daily activities have to be to make that happen. Because make no mistake, guys, for those of you that are in the training room, that are here every day, make no mistake, none, that this is just a math problem. This is an equation. And you can make as much money as your heart desires. You just have to put the work in. And the work means, well, if I want to net 150,000, how much do I have to gross before hard expenses, fixed expenses, cost of sale, taxes? Don't forget taxes. And then analyze it all backwards. Go, okay, well, in order to net 150, I have to make 225. Well, to make 225, if my average price point is $10,000, my average commission, that's 22 closings. All right. Well, out of my 22 closings, how many are going to be buyer? How many are going to be seller? Well, I'm going to make them 15 buyer and 7 seller. Awesome. Well, if I go on 10 listing appointments, how many am I going to get? 5. All right. Well, if I take 10 listings, how many of those are going to sell? And you just work the math equation, and then you go, okay, well, how many people do I have to speak to sit on an appointment? Let's work the math. Maybe it's 300. Cool. How fast can you talk to 300 people? For those of you that are here, 20 isn't going to cut it. But do you see how now it becomes foolproof? And then when you track all of this and you realize that you're getting better than 300 contacts to an appointment, then now you know you don't have to speak to 300 people in a week. If your goal is to sit on an appointment a week. But just showing up to work isn't going to get you paid. Isn't going to get you to Europe in December. But if you put personal first, if you put personal goals first, and then work the plan, it's a foolproof way of making whatever your heart desires. Your goal is to take off Fridays and Saturdays, or take off Saturdays and Sundays. That's your personal goal. How does that fit into your business plan? Because you can have as much flexibility as your heart desires. As much flexibility. It's awesome. We got a whole following on Facebook right now. They gave me the Bill and Ted reference. They're like, yeah, it's Bill and Ted from earlier.
Wayne's World.
Oh yeah, I was way off. I thought it was Wayne's World, and then my brain went. I thought there was a new Bill and Ted coming out this year, or it already came out with the same 2 guys, Keanu Reeves and the other guy. And man, age definitely got to them. God bless. All right.
I saw them on what's his name, Jimmy Fallon, the other night. Age definitely got to them.
Right? Totally. It was just like, I watched it. I was like, I want to see him go. Yeah, bro. Anyway. Oh God. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was an excellent movie, though. Excellent movie. Yeah. All right.
I'm here listening. I'm just eating and working with my niece who's looking to buy, so that's why I got the camera off.
All good, man. All good. We're here. We're all adding to Facebook world. That's for sure. So this is an outline of a business plan. The one on the left. What is your GCI goal? Gross commission income. How many of that's going to come from buyers? How many that's going to come from sellers? How many units do you have to close? How many are going to be buyer, seller? Well, in order to close, how many agreements do you have to have? Because I'm going to make this abundantly clear again. to close 20 transactions, you got to put more than 20 agreements together. To put 20 transactions together, you got to put more than 20 deals.
That's so true.
Yes, yes, and yes, and yes. And what's important is that you guys start to track your dead deals. How many out of 10 fall apart? Because they're gonna. And in order to get agreements, how many appointments do we have to go on? Out of those appointments, how many are going to be buyer? How many are going to be seller?
Leave it time, though you could prevent deals from falling apart because you're putting solid deals together and then you're also on top of them.
Yeah, that's a skill, Eddie. It's called bulletproofing the transaction.
Mhm.
And that only happens when you fail a lot. Yeah. Like, guys, you gotta fail forward in this business. You can't run around and bubble wrap.
Yes, true.
Can't. It's gonna get you. So one of those things that you got to figure out how many contacts is going to turn into an appointment. And you got to hit those contact goals every day. Every day. Oops. So that's a business plan. 411. How about this one? Go ahead.
Oh, as you were going through, there was one sheet in regards to lead generation. It was a little bit after this. I don't remember.
Right here.
Yeah, this one.
Yes, that one, and then I think the one right after it too as well.
Yes,
Just wanted to
yeah.
grab right this one right there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'll start with this one. This is good. So this is in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book.
Ah,
Right?
okay.
There's nothing new about this. This is the
Mhm.
lead generation model.
Mhm.
Okay, this is all the ways that you could generate business. If you really want extra credit, go to kellerinc.com. kellerinc.com. I'll show you guys what to do. Go to kellerinc.com. Go here to resources. Right here, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Also the one thing, guys, this is where you could download a bunch of fun things. But the Millionaire Real Estate Agent has a bunch of things to download. Like all of the tasks involved with making a lot of money in real estate. Here are all of the references inside the MREA, like what you just tried to download, Kina, or ask for, okay? All of the references are here. You just download and you have it all. How to create and use the big Y exercise. And here's shift. These are all stuff from the shift book. But this right here, the 3L blueprint, this right here is fire. Download this, print this. This is every way to generate leads in real estate. All right, this right here, the 3L blueprint. Amazing reference. Amazing, amazing reference. All right, so now closing this out. Where were we? Here. All right. This here on the right is the new 36 touch, which was the 33 touch in the red book, and the 19 connect. So many folks are adding these two together, which is a very heavy touch to your database to generate leads. So they're literally adding these together and they're doing a phone call a month. You only ask for business, 4 of them. Do the neighborhood nurture. Having a magnet, calendar, market report. Having an annual event, but you also touch them up to the event and after the event to generate leads. So much fun. But back to this. So this here on the right is the lead generation model. Here on the right is the lead generation model. The lead generation model is you generate leads 2 ways. Through sweat equity, which is cold calling, or calling your database, it's phone calls, or you generate a lead from marketing, which is paying for them. Those are the only ways to generate a lead, guys. Praying doesn't work. Okay? I'll sit there for a second. Hope is not a strategy. You generate leads 2 ways. You either call them or they call you. And they call you because you paid to have them call you. Hope is not a strategy. Now, there are 2 types of people in the world. There are people you have not met, and there are people that you have met. The people you have not met are considered leads. The purpose of a lead is to get in 2-way communication. Tony, you here?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So the pool are leads. It is a group of people that we are trying to form a relationship with. Once we have made contact with them, they then become a met because we have now met them, and every conversation then is to strengthen the relationship and create a close, which is an interactive or a need-based offering. Once we convert, they are either new or they're a referral. And once they're new, we then get a referral, which then moves them into contacts, which is a met because we have a referral and now we then create a conversion and turn them into a past client. It's really important that everybody on this call right now understands and can dissect the lead generation model. If you don't understand this, this is a problem. You have to understand this because this is your business. This is real estate. This is running a business. This is the lead generation model. Any questions, guys? Because I don't want to go past this. Puff, puff, pass.
Just so that I understand, after we get from the prepare contacts for conversion, we have new and repeat, and then we have referrals. This arrow taking it back, it brings us back to contacts. Okay, I got it.
Well, and that's a good question. That's exactly why I stay here, so that we could talk this through. There are two people in the world, not Mets or Mets. A not Met is a lead. The whole purpose of a lead is that we can form a relationship with them. And that might not be on the first call. That might not be on the 40th call. Yet the purpose of lead is to turn them into two-way communication. Is to turn them into two-way communication. Whoa. Let's mute. Two-way communication. Once we have two-way communication, we then prepare them for conversion, which is a buyer consultation, which is a listing presentation. And then they become a client. And the purpose of a client is then to get referrals. And so just to kind of hammer this home, once someone is here in contacts, I want to reiterate this. Once someone is in contacts, the whole purpose of contact is to then put them on these touch programs where they're getting a phone call from you. They're getting an offer of some type 26 times a year. You're inviting them to events, get-togethers, and they're getting promotional touches. This is a strategy of leveraging a database. This is what Bed Bath & Beyond does. They touch you with value.
Macy's does it too.
Yeah. Because you're in their database. They're just going to keep doing it. Oops. Sweet. How about this one? The path of personal money. You either make money or money is coming in from your investments. That either one is called cash flow. Whether you're grinding every day or you have investments bringing in passive income, either way it's called cash flow. When you have cash flow, you have 4 ways to leverage it. You can spend it, which is what most Americans do. You can sit on it, which means put it in a savings account, or put it in the roof or under the bed. You can donate it, which is tithing, or you can invest it. There's nothing else you could do with your cash flow. If you invest it, there are 2 ways to leverage investing. You can lend it, or you can own it. But there are 2 positions in this: passive or active. Passive is money markets, CDs, bonds, or treasury bills. Or you could own it, which is stocks, REITs, or mutual funds. Either way, somebody else controls the outcome. The other way of investing is active. You can be an owner, you can invest in financing or private lending. Or you can own a business or real estate. Either way, you own these. Whether they're passive or active investments, they equal a financial return. Whatever that return is, it comes back up here to capital assets, which is passive income, which brings in your cash flow, which then you can invest it 4 ways. You can spend it, donate it, hold it, or invest it. And the cycle keeps going. The benefit of being an agent at Keller Williams is we are offering a capital asset at no cost. And for whatever reason, many of you don't connect the dots to free money. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yet, there are two ways to make money. You can grind or you can have capital assets. Either way, cash flow is the goal. And if you're not generating enough cash flow to invest, profit share doesn't cost any money. And that there is a doctorate level of how to make money in life. Pretty cool, huh? So I want to get some feedback or some stories as to why anyone on this call has no desire to build their downline. Love to hear some stories. Because I know Eddie was with KW for several years, and all of a sudden he went, oh, this kind of makes sense. This kind of makes sense. And he's going, well, I'm going to use a generation gap word. He's going ham on it now. Going ham. If you don't know what ham means, you can Google it. Or go to Urban Dictionary. Summer, you unmuted. What's up?
I wanted to ask your opinion, but it may go down like a small rabbit hole.
Okay.
With that. What is your opinion on co-investing in real estate versus just like you owning it like an investment property on your own?
I think that any way you could get into investing, you do it. As long as you have a really strong operating agreement. There's nothing wrong with co-owning anything if you have a sound operating agreement written by an attorney to protect everyone involved.
Mm-hmm.
Great question.
No verbal handshake, okay?
No verbal handshake, okay. Yeah, no. Biggest mistake you could ever make in life is to think that humans are honest. Because everyone's cool till it's not cool.
Oh my God, Lee, over the years, I have seen so many agents fight when there's a closing check in their hand.
Yeah, no. Operating agreement, period. Everybody has an operating agreement, even if you're going co-owning on something. Good question, Summer. That's sound. You know, and another way of thinking of this, Summer, is if you don't have any money, you can still invest in real estate by bringing value to the table. I know plenty of investors that would leverage an agent as a partner, not a 50-50 partner, but as a partner who brought deals to the table. I know plenty investors that would bring the general contractor in as a partner because that keeps the general contractor honest. They're a partner in the deal. But they didn't have to bring any money. They just brought their hands because their hands are more valuable than money in a flip. Great question.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide like what's the better option. Well, like for my situation, but
Lee, that was a good point. A contractor as a partner to keep him honest. Oh my God.
That's the hard
That
part.
is a solid point. Very solid point.
The
Never thought
hardest
of it.
part is get a sound general contractor in general. I'm just trying to find a landscaper and a yard guy, got to cut my grass that just show up every week.
Wow.
That's all I'm trying to find.
Wow. That's like owning a house to find out all those right things.
Huh.
you don't know until you get into it, right?
100%. As Adolfo said, he did 12 investment deals without any of his own money. Right.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking for value. You get paid in direct proportion to the service you render. If you bring value to people, they'll pay you.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's close this out.
The
This was
same
fun.
way, same way that these coaching calls are value.
I couldn't agree more. I love having you guys on here. We pushed 21 or 22 today.
I mean, the agents who are here consistently, don't you think they're adding value in their brains?
Yeah.
For sure.
Lee, I have a quick question.
They're never quick, but give it to me.
Okay, can a 1031 exchange be done from New York to Florida?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes. Yes and yes and yes. And we'll take your referral.
I'm trying to work on it. She's telling me she has an agent over there, but I'm trying to give her the best. I sent her my app already. I'm trying to give her the best information to get her to switch over so I could refer her to someone in our company.
Well,
Lee always talks about a second opinion.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And yep.
So Lee, in my venture to slowly transfer into a full-time realtor, I just sold my landscaping business and I just texted you the number of the person who bought it.
Nice.
She's looking for more accounts and she works in Hollywood.
Win-win or no deal.
Hey, Lance, text that to me too.
Oh, here we go.
Good stuff. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, guys. What did we learn today? Let's close this out. Let's do a spitfire. Pew 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 pew. Let's do it.
You are your, so have you.
Gardens.
Hold on. Tanya, go ahead. Diana.
You are your business, so have you in check.
Amen.
Yep.
You
Check
either
them from the
generate
neck up.
leads or you pay for them.
What's that,
You
Lance?
generate leads or you pay for them.
Sweat equity or pay someone to put them in your inbox. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Next.
Lead generation, number one part of your business.
That's it. That's it. Until you generate enough leads, everything is a distraction. Everything.
Yep.
What else?
Passive income.
What about it?
The ways that you can actually get about it and how you decide to make, well, one of the ways you spend, invest, deal with your money.
The flow
it
of
back
money.
and
The
come
flow
back
of
down.
money was an aha. I'll tell you guys, when I joined Keller Williams at 25 years old, I had no idea what passive income was. Zero. I was just told, what is passive income? And my coach said, when you sleep, you make money. And I went, I want that. And he said, join Keller Williams. I said, okay, join Keller Williams. And here now, my passion in life, like my why, is to generate more passive income than my monthly expenses so that I can work because I want to, not because I have to. How about that one for thinking?
I second that goal.
Great.
All right, what's next? Come on, guys, spit at me. Let's do it. Pew, 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 pew.
I understand the conversion rate now, the absorption rate of.
There we go. Yeah, we
The
started
market.
with absorption and month supply. Well done.
Dakota, everybody should master that for sure.
Yes.